John targets, calmly fires 2 shots, downs the enemy. The reloading killer then sprays wildly. Under pressure, John blind fires at a hidden enemy, accidentally hitting a collector's figure on the shelf. Seeing the explosion, the sniper quickly puts away his gun to reposition, while John and his buddy hurriedly escape through a window. Once in the car, John floors the gas and starts reversing, but just as he turns around, a killer charges at him. The last sniper dashes with lightning speed and gets taken down in an instant. In the blink of an eye, he appears right in front of John. Subtitles. Upon witnessing the scene, John didn't hesitate and directly gave him a swift express pass. The assassin who failed to complete the task promptly reported back to the boss. John shrugs it off. Matthew absolutely must go down, so the boss orders the hit to continue, while a clueless Matthew thinks those assassins are after John. Without John, Head have been killed several times. Next day, Boss Thomas orders his men to act. Meanwhile, fresh assassins in a helicopter are on the hunt for Matthew, while John and his buddy are happily driving to the FBI, listening to the radio. What he doesn't know is that there's a helicopter hovering above him, and Thomas has kicked off his first step C traffic control. Using hacking skills, Thomas quickly shuts down the transportation control network, taking control in mere seconds. In a bustling street, clueless John stops at a traffic light, chatting with Matthew as they wait. Every intersection is green light, soon the city's traffic is at a standstill. John steps out and sees traffic is jammed completely and out of options. He and Matthew choose to walk. News of traffic paralysis arrives and the FBI is already acting. In the next moment, Thomas orders an attack on Homeland Security, setting off alarms in the FBI command center and spreading panic. Regardless of the truth, all personnel in government buildings are ordered to evacuate. While everyone is hurriedly evacuating, Thomas crashes the stock market, causing all stocks to plummet instantly. From transportation to public safety to finance, chaos and panic sweep across the nation. Just when the FBI is completely at a loss, John and Matthew arrive just in time to prevent the situation from escalating. It dawns on Matthew that this is a complete dismantling plan. Step 1. Shut down the transportation system. Step 2. Take down finance and communication. Step 3. Cut off all resources, including water. All of this can be controlled by computers, and Matthew is one of the original code writers. To get more intel, Bowman asks John to take him to the DD. They hop in a police car, ready to go. However, little glasses use radio signals to quickly locate them. The woman immediately puts on headphones, pretending to be from command, instructing the officer to take them to an empty street, perfectly setting them up for an airstrike. Unexpectedly, Matthew recognized her voice at once. She hired him to write code. Upon hearing this, John immediately pulls out his radio to negotiate and quickly sees through their ruse. Thomas quickly pulls up John's file. A 30-year veteran cop, divorced, has a daughter, with a retirement fund of $400, which he promptly empties. However, John remains unfazed, stating he will bring them to justice, but before he can finish, the helicopter swoops in. Facing this situation, John is surprisingly calm against the deadly firepower. The few remaining cops are taken down in no time. John sees the danger, knows he's doomed if he keeps on. He jumps in, floors the gas and flees. The helicopter is right on his tail, and no matter how fast John drives, he can't shake it. Seeing that the opportunity was right, John made a side drift, and with a carefree air, fired back at the threat behind him. Unfazed, he displays no fear and cares little about the opponent's counterattack. Taking out a shooter doesn't mean the fight is over, but Matthew sees a tunnel. John skillfully drifts, taking the intense fire head-on as he dashes inside. Spotting John enter the tunnel, Thomas quickly orders one side to be sealed off. Going deep into the tunnel, John does not travel far before running into an oncoming lane of cars. The ground is chaotic. Thomas' blockade is working. He steps into the carriage, but finds himself immediately surrounded. This plan almost cost them their lives, and a fully loaded John feels a bit frustrated. With Matthew waiting, John hops into a police car, ready to surprise their enemies. Subtitles. It's merely a helicopter. As long as I fly it fast enough, I'd even be capable of shooting down a rocket. Even John himself doubts that he truly believes it. He takes the helicopter out with his car. The escaping sniper reports back to Thomas about another failed mission. Thomas isn't wasting any more time and preps for the next phase. Soon, the disguised terrorists arrive at the National Data Management Bureau, ready to act. Most personnel evacuate the building, so taking out the remaining goons is easy peasy. In a flash, they wrap up cleaning the place and lock down the entrance. The squad leader unlocks the password and accesses the data center. Inserting the prepared disk, the squad leader starts downloading the national financial data, and the HQ agent Q switches into FBI attire, gearing up for the final step of the task. Meanwhile, John and Matthew escape the tunnel. John grabs a passerby's phone and calls Bowman to report. Suddenly, he spots a news report on TV. Thomas has taken down all the broadcasting stations. The footage shows an explosion at the White House, startling everyone into rushing outside for a look. Luckily, it's just a 3D simulation, but with all the intimidation and provocation, average cop John feels powerless. It's at this moment Matthew speaks up. Some critical infrastructure cannot be directly controlled by computers, like the Eastern Power Plant. If Thomas wants the whole city to go dark, he'll have to do it manually.